Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the former CS for Interior, Fred Matiang'i, has been frustrated in the hands of William Samoei Ruto, who has been using independent institutions. A man who took an oath to defend the constitution, a man who promised that he will never interfere with some of this independent institution. But he was pushing DCI to frustrate Matiang'i to an extent. They threatened to arrest him and charge him on matters that have no ground, such that people will just see Matiang'i has been arrested. Matiang'i was taken fingerprint and is standing in the court. A case that has no basis, no baseline for the case. And surprising is the emerging information from the media that there are 3 members of parliament from Kisii who sought for the meeting with William Samoei Ruto to help and sort out the issue of Fred Matiang'i. That is Patrick Osera, member of parliament from Borabu, Daniel Manduki, Nyaribo Masaba, and then Anton Kibagende. That is Kitutu Chache. These 3 members of parliament had a meeting with William Samoei Ruto in State House, just to help Matiang'i to avoid all this intimidation he has been going through. But what surprises is what William Ruto gave as an order or a way of helping Matiang'i to avoid the frustration and intimidation he has been going through. Number 1, they have said that Matiang'i should avoid unnecessary theatrics. Number 2, to lie low like an envelope. Once he does that, then he will have no any problem with this government, and William Samoei Ruto is going to seek intervention of DCI to stop the frustration. Look at that. If DCI has a strong case with the Fred Matiang'i, why should William Ruto interfere with that case? We know they failed. Again, after failing, we are now well aware that Dennis Itumbi is preparing another case that has no basis to do with the Ruaraka land. Now, as an individual, he wants to sue Fred Matiang'i to return the money for the land. But you follow the case, you ask a question. Where was the PS for Education, Sang Kibet? Why are they not talking about him if really this case is serious? It is all about frustration. There are so many things we are learning from William Ruto as we continue. And these are not new things, because even during campaign, if you go back to my clips, there are things we talked about, the kind of leadership that Ruto can provide in case he becomes the president. You will be surprised that these members of parliament were pushed, and in fact they were forced, let me use the right word, they were forced to cancel a church fundraise program in Mugasi SDA Church, where they had arranged to have Fred Matiang'i as their chief guest. So they had to cancel the entire event. You stop people from going to church to help contribute money, yet you same person, you have been moving around the church giving money in the name of helping the church. So, kwa nini uone wivu kwa pesa ya Matiang'i ama msaada ya Matiang'i anataka kutoa kwa kanisa la SDA? Really? Is this the kind of Christianity we have been talking about? Look at look at that kind of leader William Ruto is providing to Kenyans. Then tell me, is this the person these evangelical preachers were presenting to Kenyans as a God-fearing person? We are continuing with this channel. Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. And before I forget, I also want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. Amai for supporting our work. Thank you so much. I received your support. May good God keep on blessing you for also blessing our work here. And any other person who has been supporting us, even through comment, even through advice, and whichever means you get to reach to us. Thank you so much, and to all our subscribers. Back to this discussion. Now, what is Ruto looking for, indeed? And how can you describe William Samoei Ruto in one word? Or what name can you give to William Ruto if indeed this is true? If what we are being told here is true, how can you describe William Samoei Ruto? Is that not dictatorship? Whereby you are forcing people to support your idea, and if not, they should not engage in politics. I mean, if Matiang'i is not subscribing to William Ruto politics, why can't he be left free to do what Eugene Wamalwa is doing? Eugene was a CS for interior, not interior, for defense. He worked with Matiang'i. But because Eugene has been here for long, he has been a politician, you cannot stop him. He cannot try that direction. The day he try, lawyers will tell him, no, stick to your lane, wachana na mtoto yetu. But because Matiang'i is new to politics, but he was upcoming, Ruto has to shut him, silence him, force him to lie low like an envelope, so that he will not be disrupted. It means it is all about politics. It's either you support me, and if not, don't try. That means you become my enemy because you're not supporting me. That is what I can read into all of this issue. If Ruto was not a dictator, then Matiang'i should be free to do politics, support the person you want to support without intimidation. Because I'm only seeing intimidation here. People have been talking about the era of Nyayo. If really eras of Nyayo passed, we still have the living and breathing Nyayo of our times here. A person who would want only his way, but not your way. It is only one way. So Matiang'i is being told that here is just one way or the highway. So he has to choose one between the highway or India ya Ruto. It's either you comply with what I'm saying or you meet with the highway. Look at that. So, which kind of leadership is Ruto provided to this country? We are talking about a democratic country which allow multi-party, something that was fought for by many leaders, Akina Raila, who are still here, among other people, to have this multi-party democracy we are having as of now. But then, you check the agenda that Ruto is pushing for is matter of single-party state. Sasa hapo, sinarudisha kwa mambo ya Nyayo. When we say we have the living and breathing Moi of our times, are we wrong? Because that is how Moi was ruling this country. Until he was pushed to a corner through mass action, resist, demonstrations, picketing, sit-in, until he bowed down and accepted that he's opening that section to allow multi-party. So, if Ruto will get any chance, he can force anyone into supporting him. Because you see, as this is happening, imagine you have cancelled a church function. You force people to cancel it because it is not supporting you. So it means even the issue of the church is all about the church that is supporting him. But once they're not supporting William Ruto, then that church should not even exist, or should not be, it should not be a church. According to William Samoei Ruto. How do you block someone who wants to go and help a church? Just because they don't subscribe to your politics. How does it work? And where are we heading to? And Ruto actually is doing this, and at the same time we know he's arranging to attend the homecoming of the CS for education. Huyu Machogu. Machogu will be having a homecoming probably on a Sunday. So Ruto is planning to tour Kisii County. So he's planning for his function in Kisii. It means he has interest there. No one is stopping him to do his function. But when Matiang'i organized to go and attend a church function, he's being stopped. In his own region, his own village, his own county, Yani anataka kutawala paka kwako nyumbani. Kama ni siasa za aina hii, basi Ruto yeye atawale Rift Valley kama huko anataka. Na hata sio Rift Valley, yeye atawale wapi? Atawale Uasin Gishu. Hata sio Uasin Gishu, yeye atawale ile constituency yake ni Eldoret North ama ni Eldoret East. Ama hata huko Sugoi. Sababu yeye sasa hawezi force kila mtu aimbe wimbo yako. Not everyone in Rift Valley supported William Ruto. We have Kalenjin who voted for Raila Odinga. We have Kalenjin who believe in Raila Odinga. So let him understand this. It might not work. For how long will he do this? And if indeed this is the person who is going to rule this country without having that kind of change, tell me after 10 years, where will we be? Tutakuwa mahali pabaya. So it's either he's buying you or forcing you to support his idea. You refuse, then you are dealt with. Because we wanted to see a William Ruto who will let Matiang'i be and play his politics. Ruto has been a politician for long. Let him play his kind of politics in his own way. Na kila mtu afanye mambo yake freely, but not forcing people. This is too much backward. It shows how we are instead of growing our democracy, it is so much retrogressive. And indeed, we have a wrong person in the office if this is the kind of shenanigan we are being treated to. We have a wrong person.